everybody. It's about 10 o'clock a.m. on Monday, July the 14th. And this is not just any day. This is a very special day. This is Stephen's 63rd birthday. So happy birthday to you, Stephen.
Thank you.
So we got back just before dark last night. As you can see, a lot of puddles around here. It's been raining. We got caught up in the rain last night. And we have had a lot of rain this morning. All right, so we've had a lot of rain going on. And it looks like Stephen is going to wash the truck this morning. Is that what you're...
No, not washing the truck. There was a lot of grease all over the truck where I had been working on it for the past few weeks. I was cleaning up the grease. Didn't wash the truck, just cleaning up the grease. What do you mean? Well, every time I opened the door with greasy hands, I had grease all over the door. Every time I got in the side door, I had grease all over the side door. So, that stuff doesn't just spray off, you have to wash it off.
Alrighty.
So I had to wash it off, get all my grease stains off. I did on the driver's side anyway.
How do you all like our hose rack? Look at that. It's an old satellite dish for, it's that HughesNet. Look at that. We don't have HughesNet.
Look out.
We used to have HughesNet. It was worthless. They never came and took the satellite.
It served its purpose, but it was very costly. You know, you upload one video and use up all your data. That was like $35. So it would cost us $35 just to upload a video. And when you're a small channel like that, you'll only get 4 or 5, maybe 50 at the most views. So here you are spending $35 uploading, and not to mention your time and effort in editing, making the video. You got $35 in one video, plus all the time and effort you put in it. And I couldn't wait until the day that they got fiber optics out here. I mean, I saw them working on it down the road, and I said, fiber optics coming, fiber optics is coming.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal. It's a very big deal.
Now we can upload videos, and sometimes it might take a little more, about 30 minutes or an hour, but most times it's up in 10-15 minutes. So now we can focus more time on just making the videos, although we don't have that same focus we had when we first started the video. So when we first started YouTube, we used to spend lots of time editing, cutting, splicing in, putting in all kinds of cool details, making cool videos, you know. But when you spend 20-30 hours making a video and it only gets 10 views, you get really discouraged real quick. And so, even though we didn't get discouraged and we're still here 5 years later, we don't put 20-30 hours in a video anymore.
No, those days are over with for sure. For sure. It was very easy to get discouraged.
That'd be real slippery going.
Oh yeah, that is slick. It's very easy to get discouraged doing that, and that's why a lot of small YouTube channels quit. It is.
No, I mean, you know, you think that the viewers would want to see a very well documented and edited video, and so you go through all the efforts to do it. And when you only get 10-15 views and you spent 30, 40, 50 hours building a video, I mean, that's very discerning.
Discouraging.
Or discouraging. So, we didn't quit YouTube, but we quit putting in so much work in a video. And I know I said that once, but I'll probably say it again. So anyway, I had some acid. I'll have to lay some tarps down over the new diamond plate, and then put some acid on that headache rack to clean it up. This isn't dirt right here. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it doesn't wipe off, so I'll have to probably sand it off. There's some more spots, but I need to clean it and brighten it up. But I have to be careful because when I put the acid on there, it can ruin this.
Oh, yeah,
So,
you don't want to ruin the new stuff that you just did, yeah.
No. I mean, that headache rack used to look just like that when it was new. But what happens is it gets dirty and people don't want to scrub it and polish it because it's work and money. So what people do is they just get brightener, which is acid, and put on there, and that's where you get this white look. So all this aluminum used to look like this, but because people don't want to rub it and wash it, polish it, it ends up getting washed with acid and turns it into this. So, and I used to do that with my Peterbilts, and I'd be out here, you know, days just polishing, arms all blowed up, you know, and I'd spend 2 days out here polishing, making the freaking thing look like a jewel, like it's ready for the showroom floor, and I couldn't make it down the driveway, and the truck would be covered in mud and horse poop. And so
Yeah, because of the Mennonites and everything around
you
here.
do that for like 20 years and see if you don't get discouraged. There we go. You use it. That's another thing that's changed over time is my willingness to, I got one big hole right there that I missed. My willingness to polish a truck. I haven't been polishing trucks. I stopped polishing when I had the black one, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I started to polish it, and then I just forget it. I stopped polishing. I kept it clean,
You kept it clean for sure.
but I wasn't polishing it and buffing it out anymore.
No, because as soon as
But
you...
my Peterbilts, they were look like, when you'd look at them, you would like, wow, that's nice. Because I put a lot of work in them. I would be out here washing them in the rain and the snow.
Yes, he did. He washed in the rain and the snow. He sure did. And speaking about washing, no sooner had you washed the Cadillac for our road trip this weekend that it rained.
That's the way it is. Yeah, I had, one time I was in a truck stop in Salt Lake. Can't remember the truck stop. TA, maybe a Petro, but it was downtown Salt Lake. This was years ago. Can't remember if I was, yes, it was years ago, 20 years ago or so. I was out there cleaning something, buffing on something, and this couple come out, and they were walking by, and the man said, why are you polishing on that thing? It's just going to get dirty again.
Oh, yeah. And Stephen's response was?
I said, well, why do you take a shower?
Well, you said something else, too.
Yeah, I said, why you take a shower? Your butt gets dirty. You're not going to wash that every time it gets dirty?
That's right.
You know? So, I mean, you know, I know it's a pain to wash it and not even make it down the driveway, and it's already muddy again, but one of the things that I've learned over the years when washing a vehicle and a truck is when your hands are going over it, it's the one time that your hands are going over it. And you'll find things that, on the truck that you wouldn't recognize.
Yeah. Y'all hear the
So
horse.
You'll find things just like I was washing the truck just now and realize that I got to tighten that step right there. And so, and that I got to tighten this up. And so I wouldn't notice that just walking on by, but because I was washing on it and rubbing on it, I was like, hey, that's loose. I need to tighten that up. This is loose. I need to tighten that up. You're not going to find that by going, ooh, it passes pre-trip. You know, when your hands on and you're rubbing on it, you're twisting on things, looking at things, you know, you're giving it a real good look over. Because you're washing it, you're rubbing on it, your hands on. So you become very familiar with the vehicle. I think the best way to get familiar with a vehicle is to wash it, and wash it really good. Get your hands on it. Clean every crack and cranny. Learn the vehicle. You'll find things that need to be fixed that you would have never found had you just walked on by.
Right. You do keep a clean vehicle, but like you said, it did get discouraged about keeping it polished because of all the horses
Well,
around here.
what I'm saying is that washing it gives you the ability to go over it. That walking on by will never be able to give you the full-on inspection. Where when you go by this, you can see if these are loose, or this is loose, or it's not working, or this is loose, or that's loose, or hey, maybe I need to fix that, or hey, this is loose. Most times you're just walking by, you're not rubbing on it, touching on it, pushing on it, or anything, you know what I mean? You're looking at it like these are all the light buckets in this thing. This whole front of this y'all can't tell. You couldn't tell in the video. You would never know unless I told you. But the whole front of this freaking hood is trash. It's cracked. It's busted up all through here. It's one side of the fender is out further than the other side. It's somebody repaired it and they did a really crappy job with it. And so every time you close the hood, you have to fight it. Nobody knows that just by walking by. But because I'm hands-on with it and I'm working with it every day and I'm cleaning it, I know these things because I'm really familiar with it. That's what I'm saying. It's not just about washing. It's becoming familiar with it. And so, yeah, it looks good and it feels good to have a nice clean vehicle that you're riding. Yeah, that's the privileges of it. But there's more to it. The other part of it is becoming familiar with the vehicle. And I'm not talking about a sexual thing. I'm talking about being familiar with it mentally and physically so that you have a hands-on experience with what you're working with. You'll find loose bolts, loose nuts, loose washers, loose plugs, loose chrome, loose stickers, things that you would normally never even notice if you wasn't hands-on. So like this side I haven't done yet. You can see that my exhaust pipe, because it's been raining, had got a lot of water in it. And the water went down and set down in there, and now it's settled in and is seeping out through the clamp down there and is getting soot all over the side of my tank. Black soot.
Wow.
That's from the rain. The rain went down the muffler and settled down there and then oozing its way back out. Betty, I just, yeah, you know what? I was, about 8 or 9 years old when I got the mechanical bug. I would call it the mechanical bug, where I'd want to get out there and wash it because it looked so cool when it was clean, and when it was filthy, it looked so crappy. And I remember my dad had this 62 Lincoln Continental, and mind you, this was in the 60s. So a 62 Lincoln Continental, you're thinking, oh, it's a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it was fairly new back when I was a kid.
Well, you were born in 1962.
That's my point. My point is that even though it was back in the 60s, when I was a boy, when I got the bug, when I was about 9 years old, I'd see some of this cool stuff like my dad's Lincoln Continental, and it'd be sitting out there with 3 months worth of dirt built up on it and nobody done anything to it. And I'd get the water hose out there and I'd wash it, and wow, it really looks cool. And the more I washed it and the more I rubbed on it, the better it looked. And that's when it originally started, back when I was about 9 years old. I started picking up the mechanical bug course, when I was 7, I got my first motorcycle, and I had to work on it to get it fixed so I can have it. That was the deal. If you fix it, you can have it. When I was 7, I never did fix it. My dad couldn't fix it. He had to go buy another motor and put it in. But the thing here is that I started in mechanics young, and nowadays, over many years, I've been into mechanics and been around mechanics, and yeah, it all started off with washing, you know, because when I was a kid, what more could I do? You know, I couldn't just tear into something, but I could wash it and make it look better. And I did. I would wash things, and my dad come on, wow, that's really good looking, boy. That looks great, you know. And then he like, why don't you go do it again? And I was like, no, forget it. That was a lot of work.
One time's enough, Dad, right?
Don't get it dirty, and I won't have to clean it. But anyway, once I got the bug, I kept the bug. So over the years, because that was in the 60s, and here we are in the 2020s, I still have the washing bug, and over the many years I've learned by washing a vehicle gives you first-hand experience of learning that vehicle.
Yes,
So,
it does.
if you'll notice, like Goon Squad, when they get a brand new vehicle in, even though it's wrecked and it's from a wrecking yard, what's the first thing they do? They wash it. Because when washing a vehicle, you put your hands on it, and you're cleaning it, and you're going over it, and you'll see things that you'll never see at any other time. So, you know, that's another thing when it comes to cleaning. It's not all about just being clean and spiffy, because like I said, I can clean this thing and I can't make it out the driveway, and it's filthy already. And on a country road, it's full of horse crap, and farmers are going up and down it with, you know, tires out of the mud, and all that's laying on the asphalt, and a little bit of water, and you mix that up, and these tires get in there and spray it all over the truck. So I can't even make it over to get my trailer hooked up, and it's completely dirty like I never touched it. So yeah, that's very discouraging. The one thing that I haven't been doing, and I haven't had really a truck that I wanted to do it with, is polish. And polishing, you have to give people props when it comes to polishing. Polishing is a big job. Like this thing here, to bring this back to that, this isn't all about getting a polisher. You have to clean it, then you have to sand it, and then you got to clean it again. And you'll probably spend buku hours and lots of labor to get this to look like that. It just doesn't magically happen. And so, you know, there's a lot of work involved in keeping something polished. And when I don't like a truck, you think I'm gonna be out there polishing it? It's a good truck, and I'm gonna take care of the mechanics. Because if I don't, then it won't be a good truck, and it won't make me any money. But as far as keeping it pretty and shiny and all that, I haven't even painted it. Most of my trucks, the first thing I'll do is go out and start cleaning up the chassis and painting it. But my downfall with this truck is the battles that I have because it was a Michigan truck. Everything that you work on is a battle. A bolt. Normally, a bolt, you would get a wrench and a ratchet and you would loosen it up. No, not with this, because it has Michigan salt damage. When you go get a wrench and a ratchet, you're in for some work, because it takes a lot to get that bolt off. You may need a torch, you're going to need some oil, you're going to need a lot of this, and maybe in a little while you might get that bolt off of there. And lots of times you won't even get it off there. Sometimes it'll just twist and break. So everything is a challenge when you work on a truck that's been salt damaged. You can look at it and it goes, oh, it looks perfectly good, but that's not where the damage is. It isn't on the outside, it's in the inside where you can't see it. It gets down inside between the nut and the bolt, and that's where it starts its corrosion. And I'm sure a lot of YouTubers always want to correct me exactly what it is, chemical imbalanced or whatever they want to call it. That's it's caused by blah 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 corrosions and so whatever. Salt causes a lot of damage, and it makes a lot of work. And so I knew better to buy a truck from Michigan, but it was what it was. I tried to get a truck, and then I pulled the trigger and got this, and so it is what it is. It's my truck now, and I have to deal with it. And I will keep it in the best condition I can possibly keep it in. And I make it look as best as I can possibly keep it looking. But as far as polishing it, I don't want to polish it. Y'all want to polish it? It's going to be sitting here for another week or two. You can stop on by. It's 111 Hendricks Street, Cerulean, Kentucky, 42215. Come on by and bring your polishers and polish it up. Yeah, I got electricity. This thing's going to be sitting here. You want to polish? Polish.
Wouldn't that be something, Stephen, I mean, I know it's wishful thinking, but wouldn't that be something if somebody showed up?
You never know. There might be some young gun that was like I was when I was 20 years old and go, whoa, yeah, you're on, buddy. And they'd show up, and because they wanted to be on Big Belly's YouTube channel, polishing Big Belly's truck.
Okay, so if there's anybody in the area that wants to be on our channel, and would love to come out and bring their muscle power out and to come polish up the Big Belly Bumbles truck, we will definitely make a video of you doing that and put you on.
AJ yesterday. That was my birthday present. I was going to go see AJ. So I you know, just letting him know that it's a privilege to be a father. That I tried to explain to him how I'm bottom at the list. So first there's the Father, Lord Jesus Christ. Then there's my wife and my children, and then my cars and everything else. And then when everything's taken care of, then there's me. So that's how that works. Of course, I have to take care of myself in order to take care of all those things. Not God. God takes care of everything. But so I had to explain to him how, because he's spent a lot of money and stuff, and he's done it electronically, and he's like gloating about it. And I tried to explain to him how, you know, that costs me. I know you just think that it comes out of my credit card and voila, it's done. But the fact of the matter is, I have to go out and make the money, and I have to replace that money. That sets me back, you know, a month, a week, a year, 10 years, you don't know. However much money I get set back, it sets me back each time you do that. You know, so I had to do some explaining to him, you know, that I love him and that he means the world to me and that's a privilege to be his father. But whenever he makes bad decisions, it has a direct effect on me. So I just wanted him to remember that.
Yeah, he got into the confession mode yesterday.
So anyway, it was great to see AJ yesterday. He's growing. Let me tell you something. He does not have his dad's hair DNA. He has his mom's hair DNA. That boy's got a freaking shag carpet on his head. I mean, it's thick. And then the hairline goes way down here. My hair was never that way. I've always had thin hair. And so, yeah, he definitely got his mom's. See, look at that hair. Yep. He got his mom's DNA when it comes to the hair, so. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for the birthday wishes, and
63 today.
I'm sure the trolls are going to wish me some other things, but have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun. Enjoy your birthday like me. God bless, and later. I'm Big Belly.
And I'm Bumbles.
And we are
Big Belly
Bumbles.
Bumbles.